Welcome back to the channel, folks. Glad you're here for another weekly installment. Ooh. But before we get to that, if you're new here, welcome. Glad you're here. Grab a seat, stay a while. Do me a favor before you leave, though. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you know when the next video pops up. Smash that like button, and before you head out, drop a comment down below. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome. Glad you're here for another round. I ask that you hit that like button, and before you leave, drop a comment down below as well. And share the video out on all the socials. We hit some growth. We got a goal going to make this happen, guys. Okay. For our Keep Talking segment today, little person from the world of entertainment, and with the recent release of Jurassic World Dominion, come to find out, Sam Neill, that's right, Dr. Alan Grant, has a speech impediment. Fun little fact. Okay, reason why we're here. Episode 5, finally coming to an end, of Kenobi. Oh my. We start off with a warning that some scenes may depict violence of a disturbing nature. Apparently, some folks were a little upset about last episode. Can't imagine why. So we start off on Coruscant, where we see Padawan Anakin and Master Kenobi. They're going to do some sparring. We know this is before the year 22 BBY because Anakin still does not have his scar on his eye. He still has his ponytail and his braid. But someone forgot to tell Anakin's face to get younger. You hired Shamook for a reason. The face. We then go to we're at present time. We go on Darth Vader's flagship. Darth Vader has dark lenses in his helmet. Those were red. Attention to detail, folks. And Reva is promoted to Grand Inquisitor. Good to know that they're on the planet, that they're headed to the planet Jabeam. That's where they're headed. With the Princess of Alderaan. Let me repeat that. They have the Princess of Alderaan, who has to be returned to Alderaan, but they're going to go to Jabeam. Script needs the plot to happen, so here we go. So, on Jabeam, the Emperor, via Lola, who was the tracker, has managed to lock down their base. Apparently, through the tracking they put on Lola, they can now control Lola by remote. That's convenient. We then get another flashback of the sparring between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and there's little lessons being taught here and there. Supposedly, this is going to tie into this is something for this episode to learn something. I don't know. And then the Empire begins to lands, and they got their stormtroopers. They got the big heavy guns. They're shooting at the blast doors, and they know to shoot at the blast doors because Reva starts yelling again. And then we have another flashback. More lessons with Anakin and Obi-Wan. And while the folks inside have taken cover, they've barricaded the doors, and they need time to get the hangar doors open because of the lockdown. And Ice Cube's son says he needs 4 hours. Obi-Wan says you got 1. Like this is Captain Picard in Geordie LaForge on the Enterprise. I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the time. It was a horrible Scotty impression. My apologies. But Leia says, because they can't, the place to get the stuff fixed is very small. And Leia says, get me a ladder. Ice Cube's son says, this is no time to be playing, princess. And Obi-Wan goes, no, you do as she says. For reasons. A 10-year-old princess who's never been off-world can rewire the hangar doors. Of course. So, as the plot moves along, Obi-Wan says, let me talk to the Inquisitor. I'll buy you some time. Mind you, they're going to be talking through a blast door. Whispering. So no one can hear them. Through a blast door. And it's then confirmed that, as many people have thought, that Reva was one of the younglings who was at the temple during Order 66 that we saw at the beginning of the series. Okay. And she saw Anakin chopping down younglings. And that's how she knows he's Darth Vader. Which was never said at any point during the attack that he was Lord Vader or Darth Vader. She knew him as Anakin. So still, her knowing Vader and Anakin are the same person makes no sense. But whatever. And her motivation for hunting down Kenobi, to kill Kenobi, to become the Grand Inquisitor, is to ultimately hunt down and destroy and kill Darth Vader. I'd like to remind you that canonically, all three of these situations, she would fail in. That's right. This character, her motivations are setting up to fail. But whatever. And Reva then asks Obi-Wan, where were you? Why didn't you help us? Apparently, she, like Joby Harold, didn't watch episode 3, or she would have known Obi-Wan was on Utapau. We get another flashback. More lessons. And Kenobi then surrenders to buy more time. And he starts talking to Reva. He's reasoning with her. And he says to her, you're not bringing me to him. I'm bringing him to you. You'll have your moment to strike. We then get another flashback, another lesson. The flashbacks have now become a plot device for this episode. Vader comes in. Mind you, when Kenobi surrendered, she has him on his knees, handcuffed, flanked by stormtroopers. When Vader arrives, where is he? Oh, I have him secured behind the blast doors. I'm sorry, what? Now, Vader is moving through the hallways, going down. As the ship's taking off, he does a Force Unleashed and really showing some Vader powers. Stops the ship, pulls it down, begins ripping it apart, and another ship just takes off. This must have had the same technology that the other First Order dropship in Rise of Palpatine used when they kidnapped Chewie. And apparently Vader can only pull down one ship a day. Because reasons. We then have one more flashback and whatever at this point. Vader's looking up at the ship leaving. As Reva comes to swing, he stops her with the Force. Reva and Vader fight. And he says, I knew it was you all along, youngling. I've always known. So hold on. Basically, from episode 2, you knew Reva was setting you up to trap you, to try and kill you. And you let it happen. I'm sorry, what Vader is this? This is not the Vader I knew. But Vader stabs Reva in the chest, and Grand Inquisitor just shows up. Fuck off, show! Huh? Oh, revenge is such a strong motivator. It keeps you alive. Pulls off the badge. We left you and I will leave you where I found you, in the gutter beneath me. So long, Grand Inquisitor. And they leave. But of course, in this series, lightsabers don't do shit because Reva's still alive and finds the hollow message that got left behind of Bail Organa talking about the boy. And the series ends with a image of Luke Skywalker. Only took 5 episodes. Now, seeing Vader doing the Force, holding the ship, pulling it down, ripping it apart, that's some real Vader stuff. Fine. That's cool. Everything else in this episode was convenience after convenience after convenience after convenience and stuff that just doesn't make sense. And I'm just glad the show is going to end because, my God, I am so sick and tired of what Disney Lucasfilm is doing to a franchise that I love so much. And I just don't understand what is going on here. It just makes no sense. But anyway, those are my thoughts. I'll see you this weekend for something new. Who knows? An opinion, a recommendation. Who knows? But again, hit that like button. Subscribe. Smash the like. Ring the bell. Share the video. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. Have a great rest of your week, guys. Always have fun. Hashtag keep talking. And always keep that smile on your face. Toodles!